What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video. You guys have been asking for Town Hall 9 attacks and that's what we're bringing you today. Starting out with two beautiful Lavaloon attacks with swagged spells as well. Didn't even need them all. Then we have a hybrid attack using the Bowlers, Valkyries and Peckers. Then we have a witch attack in order to finish off. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all of my Clash of Clans videos. Getting into this first one, using a kill squad very wisely at the west side of the base in order to take out that enemy CC and the enemy queen. Also carving out just a small area of this base, a few defenses. That's all what's needed sometimes in order to create the pathing for your balloons. So we didn't really have to commit too many troops to that kill squad. We were able to get out of it what we needed with pretty much just some funneling troops and the heroes. Then we start the Lavaloon portion from the west. You can see how they'll move straight into the middle of the base. We do lose a few of them to this expo, but nothing too drastic. They're going to kind of merge around the north of the base. However, we do need the balloons on the far side in pretty quick. Check out all of these defenses. We need these pretty much starting to go down and basically tanked for as well, whilst the balloons in the middle are coming through. Then when the balloons merge together, that's when we can use the spells. So a couple of haste spells initially help to get them balloons forward. Then as they clump together onto these defenses at the bottom, we do have a heal spell if needed and some haste spells, but really trying to swag them as best as possible. There is an air sweeper that we end up on, which is really causing a bit of grief. That's why we decide to use a haste spell to get through this and get the job done. However, we do manage to swag a heal and a haste spell, putting them in at the end for good measure. Let's move on to the next one where we again swag some spells. Then we have that hybrid attack for you. Again, we know that the Electro Dragon can be used at Town Hall 9. Have you guys used it? I don't personally think it's near as effective as bringing bowlers in the CC, but let me know down in the comments if you have used it and what you have used it for. Perhaps you can chain a little bit of the base, create a bit of a funnel, but I just think the bowlers are far more of a versatile troop for that Town Hall 9 attack. Again on this one, setting up the Lavaloon, coming in with that kill squad. We don't want to commit too much to it if we can help it. We want to maximize the Lavaloon portion. So really just using suicide heroes in order to snipe off the queen here is going to be enough. Once that is done, the queen again takes out a couple of key defenses. We get a wizard tower down, but more importantly, once that queen goes down, we've actually carved a little bit of an area of the base. So again, you can see where if we come in from the top, the balloons will circle around the top. We kind of know that they're not going to just split and go all around the base. We can control their pathing. And we do have air defense at the top initially. That's going to protect the balloons, and as the haste spells come in, obviously that helps to push the balloons into the center where they merge together. So that's exactly why we have balloons coming in from the right hand side already, in order to merge into these ones in the middle once they get the defenses done. And it is something that takes a lot of practice in order to get that timing down. It's all about where the lava hounds move to, what is and isn't tanked, but also making sure you're taking the defenses down quick enough in order to control the pathing of the balloons. So you start out on the perimeter and you move in so that they all merge together, and when they get to the end of it, you can then have some spells for that back end, because undoubtedly your balloons will clump up. You might get left with a wizard tower, for example. Maybe you come in from behind an air sweeper and you might get stuck with a wizard tower on the back end. That's just how it is. You have to compensate for that. Either bring in a troop on the back end to defend for that wizard tower and tank for it, or you can use some spells. A heal or a haste spell works perfectly well. And if you're good, you can swag another heal spell as well. Brilliant stuff for these two attacks. 6-pack, Lavaloon, swagged spells. Brilliant stuff. Show some love down in the comments. Let's move on to that hybrid attack we were telling you about. And it's really quite intuitive. I love watching different attacks, right? You guys know this on the channel. Using the earthquake spells, just look at how much of the base gets opened up. Yes, it's not a maxed out Town Hall 9, I know that, but it's something different, so I wanted to show you guys it. Then we have that massive funnel getting created. We have golems either side alongside a few witches, and the beautiful thing is, them witches will continue to walk around the outside of the base. Meanwhile, we have the bowlers in the CC alongside Valkyries and P.E.K.K.A.'s deadly combination moving through the middle of the base. Standard stuff in terms of the spells that are used. We have the heal spell initially, then we have the rage spell pushing forward. Remember, no 2 jump spells because we did have the earthquake spells in order to press through this, but because we've opened up most of the base, that is not going to be an issue. We have the witches continuing to come around the outside, so many troops in the middle, the golems actually lagging behind here on pretty much full health, but as they move forward, it's not really going to be an issue for us. The bowlers help take out them defenses. We still have the ability on the king and queen, and we can pretty much blast the rest of this base, but I really wanted to show you that one because it was just something a little bit different for you guys to watch. However, you do know that I mentioned in my video the other day that the witches, they're brilliant at Town Hall 9. I still personally think the Lavaloon's the best strategy. Let me know what you think. But I think the balloons now are far more used than they were before, simply because they have that extra skeleton that they are going to spawn, and they're brilliant for bases like this, these anti-Lavaloon style bases where you do have air defense clumped together, so you can actually use healers in order to help the witches around the outside of the base, and then you can just push your bowlers, your king and queen through the middle in order to take out the rest. So as you can see, witches at the right hand side do get a little bit distracted, then they turn around and go where they're meant to, basically around the perimeter. They take out the defenses on the perimeter and the trash buildings on the outside, whilst the bowlers concentrate their fire through the middle with the heroes. And the job is pretty much done at this point. We still have the queen's ability, and you want to save that. With the golem and the bowlers moving through, the queen always tends to stand at the back. It's natural. She's ranged troop. She is meant to do that. So she tends to get protected. Hold on to that ability as best you can because you probably will need it towards the end, but the skeletons around the outside have no issue here. They continue to tank for the defenses as the witches make them, and once you get to them final few defenses, the queen's still with the ability, the skeletons just become more and more prominent in the base, and they just end up wrecking it, guys. There is a builder's hut in the corner, not going to be an issue though. 3 stars for this one, so plenty of Town Hall 9 variety still going on. Let me know what you like to use though. Shorter video for you today, but that is going to wrap it up. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out.